Praised be Jesus and Mary. St. Casimir, whom we celebrate today, was the third among 13 children of Casimir III, King of Poland. He was filled with exceptional values and learning by a great and holy canon, John Długosz. Even as a teenager, Casimir lived a highly disciplined life and practiced many mortifications in secret. Under his royal robes, he wore a hair shirt. He slept on the bare ground, spent a great part of the night in prayer, and dedicated himself to lifelong celibacy. Those were just a few of his practices. When nobles in Hungary became dissatisfied with their king, they prevailed upon his father, the King of Poland, to send his son to take over their country. And Casimir, of course, obeyed. And now I found two different versions of the story. One claims that the youth reached the Hungarian borders with 20,000 men and learned of the differences between the Hungarian king and his people had been settled, and so they went home. And the other version claims that the army he was supposed to lead was clearly outnumbered by the enemy. Winter was coming, and they weren't prepared as they should be, and the mercenaries were not paid, so they left, and his army dwindled. So, at the advice of his officers, they decided to return home, and his father was upset at his son's failure and confined his 15-year-old son for 3 months. I mean, could you imagine leading an army at 15? But regardless, whatever happened, the saint made up his mind never again to be prevailed upon by the Hungarian people, to be their king. He returned to prayer and study, maintaining his decision to remain celibate, even under pressure to marry the emperor's daughter. And he did reign briefly as king of Poland during his father's absence. He died of a lingering tuberculosis at the age of 24 when visiting Lithuania, of which he was also Grand Duke. He's buried in Vilna, Lithuania. The miracles attributed to him after death would fill an entire volume. The blind saw, the lame walked, the sick were healed, there was a dead girl raised to life. At one time, the saint, seen in glory in the air by his army, led them to battle and delivered them by a miraculous victory from the invading Russian army. And 122 years after his death, St. Casimir's tomb in the Cathedral Church of Vilna was opened, and so that his remains might be transferred to the rich marble chapel where they now lie. The place of his burial was damp. The very vault in which he was enclosed crumbled away at the hands of the workmen. Yet the saint's body, wrapped in robes of silk, which were still intact, was found incorrupt and emitting a sweet fragrance which filled the church and refreshed all those who were present. Under his head was found a long Latin hymn to Our Lady, and part of which we know today, and as the daily we sing to Mary. And he had that buried with him. So let us pray to Saint Casimir today for that spirit of prayer and penance as we find ourselves on the eve of Lent.